Yesterday was a full day of craziness out at my old hang out in Dorchester, Ontario, and today we're heading out with my mom and some of my cousins and her friends, and we're going to do Canadian Thanksgiving, so that should be interesting. Lori's talking to her mom in Mexico and showing her all the colors. Gotta go. This is our Canadian Thanksgiving, and oddly enough, we're going to a Chinese buffet. So, as you guys can see, it's a really popular place, and I thought it was just my mom and Lori and I and a couple other people, but I think there's looks like about 15 of us. So this is going to be interesting.
He criticized me because when I told him about Mexican party, just a small party, like with 20, and then we share with his family, and it's the same thing.
Yeah. So this will be interesting.
Not only Mexican.
We've all had a bunch of food and now we're just relaxing.
I'll eat the mooncake.
And dinner is done and it's time to head back to the campground. I'm stuffed. Do you guys stuffed?
Yes, full.
I have a food baby.
A food baby? That's probably a little too much information.
That's how you call when you look pregnant, but it's all food.
Oh, wow. Okay. We have made it through another day here in Canada. Today is Canada Thanksgiving, which is October 10th?
9th.
Yes, today's the 9th. We're leaving here on the 10th.
Tomorrow.
So today is actually the Canadian Thanksgiving. Tonight I'm going out with my dad and his girlfriend, wife. I don't know what Gail is really. Anyway.
Partner in life.
Partner in life. Should be fun. This is our last night here. We're going to also do a little campfire here at the RV when we get back, and yeah, so ready for dinner?
Sure.
The leaves continue to change here just on the daily. It's amazing. Absolutely gorgeous, yeah. Check that out, the colors. A lot of evergreens around this park, but the ones that aren't are definitely changing fast, so pretty cool. Gonna be kind of a sad day tomorrow when we're leaving here, I think.
You think?
Well, it's going to be, bittersweet again. It'll be sad that we're on the road and leaving friends and family, but it'll be cool because we're on the road again and off to new adventures and meeting new people. So, yeah, that was a lot of noise in the background. One of the biggest challenges we've had here in Canada is that none of our friends or relatives are vegetarians. So we're meeting my dad tonight at Montana's Barbecue Steakhouse.
Yeah.
So
good luck with that one.
Probably going to be a salad kind of night. Hey guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, it is our last morning here as we pick up to leave the campground in London, here with my mom, and of course you know this chick. And we're gonna roll down the road.
Well, here where we're staying is Fanshawe Conservation Area, and we have mixed feelings about it. We're not quite sure if we like it or not, because the area itself is pretty. I mean, as you can see in the front camera, the trees and the river lake, there's a dam right here, and it's very pretty. It has hiking trails, bicycle trails, fishing, that's all pretty. The not so great area is actually the campground itself. We feel it's a little bit neglected. The bathrooms themselves, and also there's a lot of seasonals, and a lot of seasonals don't care how their spot looks like. So you have a little bit kind of like that kind of stuff that we were not a big fan of it. And also for being a conservation area, we didn't know that the seasonals are allowed to dump their gray tank into the ground. There is no sewage hookup, so that was kind of weird, taking into account it's a conservation area. But besides the campground itself, all the amenities as a whole, I think it's a great area to stay. It was $40 a night. Where we stay was only electric and water, and 30 amp only. So it was amazing stay overall.
And hopefully we'll be able to get some of these guys out on the road and meet us and in various places. Some of our friends were planning on maybe trying to catch us while we're out on the road, so that might be kind of cool.
Yeah, like Diane and Steve, they're just gonna start full timing. They were here in Fenchon. They're starting in a few weeks, like literally full timing, traveling over the state. So good luck with that one.
Yeah, and we'll see Steve and Diane out on the road. But one quick last stop to say goodbye to my pops, and we're down the road. We had to make a quick stop out here at the Flying J to say goodbye to my dad. You can tell we don't look alike at all,
No.
right? No, I was probably adopted.
Yeah, that's where adopted.
So we're just saying quick goodbye, and then we're down the road. Ready to roll?
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Have a good ride.
She's wearing her cop glasses. I do have to say that my mom and dad are two of the biggest hearted people you'll ever meet. Both crazy as loons, but aren't we all? And and my dad is just an amazing guy, so supportive of me my entire life. I could become a serial killer and he'd say, son, good for you, be the best serial killer you could be. Okay, maybe not a serial killer, but like it wouldn't matter whether I was a plumber or a truck driver or a stripper, a male stripper. Yeah, I think he'd probably be really proud of that. But just amazing folks, and really appreciate them, and always look forward to seeing them when I come up here. And of course, again, never get enough time with them, but such is life. We are rolling into Sombra, Ontario, and as you can see out the front window, that is the St Clair River, and that is what separates this part of Ontario from Michigan. And there's one thing that we have to do before we cross over into Michigan, and that's get Lorena her last Tim Hortons. So we need to go left here, but we're gonna go right so that we can go to Tim Hortons.
It's a tiny detour.
Tiny detour. That is one big part of the river here. This might even be part of St. Clair Lake, I'm not sure, but... And this is something we're gonna cross today in a way that I have never crossed before. I did not know you could cross this way from Ontario into Michigan, but thanks to June and Dean, one of the couples that we met at our meetup here in London, we found this out. I'm shocked that living here as long as I did, I never knew this. And so we're going to do that.
The funny thing is that he told his dad, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to cross this way. And he's like, oh yeah, I've done that many times.
Yeah, so
everybody knew, but...
I was the last one to know. But a quick stop at Tim Hortons, and then we'll get to the border crossing.
It's our last day of loonies, toonies, teenies, washrooms, all the Canadian terms.
Yes. All right, we made our stop. We've got our Tim Hortons,
Yep.
our final Tim Hortons before we cross. I'm sure there's spots in Michigan where we could get it, but we wanted to make sure. So now we're good to make a border crossing.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a quick walk up to the ferry here and check out if we can get on the ferry or if we fit, how much it costs, all that kind of stuff. We know none of that information. We just found out from June and Dean that we can cross here, so we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so the guys up here at Customs, they weren't very helpful, and there's not a whole lot of information online about the ferry. They just said, just ask the ferry guys. So we're gonna drive up here. There's a little bit of an area to turn around if I have to, and they said that we may have to disconnect the car and drive across. At least that's what the Customs guy said. So this will be interesting to say the least.
Yes. And I think the ferry just got here.
And so I don't see a very big ferry, so.
And I don't see limitations either. I don't think we can fit there.
I don't think we can fit there either, but this guy says come on up.
Nice and slow, center that yellow line.
You got it, brother.
Leave your window open, kid, so I can yell.
Yeah, I have a feeling that dolly's probably gonna scrape like a son of a bitch, but
The dolly. This is scary.
Pull it.
Oh my god, it's like a small ferry. Like, I feel we shouldn't be here. That's how I feel. But they're okay with it. So it fit?
to me it doesn't fit. I think we're about this too long, but they're saying it fits. So we're gonna find out here in a second. We can always pull up a little bit further, and the truck in front of us can pull up a little bit further. So we'll see. Worst comes to worst, we'll unhook the car and park it beside.
No line though. to cross
But
the
no
ferry.
line to cross. We just pulled up, the ferry was here, and away we go. But we basically take up the entire ferry. There's 4 other vehicles on here with us.
If we would have been here first in front of these cars, it would have been so much easier because at that point we're all the way,
Right. Or they could have parked all these cars over on one side and
Well, they kind of did see us at the beginning.
Yeah. All right, check this out. There is not a whole lot of room there. All right, well, they're pulling away from the dock, and I guess we're okay. Or I don't know, he's pulling back into the dock now. What do we owe you, dude?
21.
21? 21, Lori.
Something there.
Pack him in tight, huh?
I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Right
cool.
here.
Oh, they're gonna put one more on. A little bit more than to go across the bridge, either in Detroit or back in Port Huron, Sarnia, but seems quite a bit more convenient.
No lines, like we said. And quite the experience.
And a different experience, of course. Always about the experience. For me, it's a $21 boat ride to the U.S. Kind of cool. And we can cross all the way to the U.S. like this. Yeah, look at that stuff there. Water crashing up over the front of the barge.
because it's too heavy.
I'm glad we weren't parked way up front because we might have dipped this thing into the water. What do you
park on the very
What do you
back.
think, Lori?
It's nerve-wracking because it's a tiny ferry, but
Kind of cool though.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you guys.
down the U.S. It's true. We just left Canada.
Yeah, Canada's
You were great to us.
Canada has been amazing, and we've been there what 2 months? I don't remember when we crossed in.
Probably mid-August. So we're almost in the 2-month mark.
Yeah, so 2 months in Canada. It was amazing. So Lori, when he tells you when he gives us a thumbs up, just give him the thumbs up because he won't be able to see him from where he is. So you're gonna give the captains a thumbs up. Open your window.
What?
Just give the captains a thumbs up when he says thumbs up because the captain won't be able to see.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna find out about videotaping the border crossing. See if we get yelled at here.
Tax and duty-free shopping.
All right. So that border crossing took between 5 and 10 minutes. They walked in the coach, asked us questions about whether we had fruits and vegetables, which of course we do not, because we know better.
We were.
And they didn't ask about Ozzy, but we told them he was here, and we've got all the paperwork for Ozzy. They checked the paperwork on the car, made sure everything was good, and we're on our way. 10 minutes.
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
don't know what to tell you.
Awesome crossing.
Awesome crossing. That was a great experience, and I'll do that again in a heartbeat because there's no lines, no nothing, and we get dumped into this cute little town,
Yeah, it's a very cute town.
which I don't know what this is. I'm assuming this is Marine City. It says Marine City Music Store. So we're in Marine City on the US side, and it's a beautiful little town. And awesome. Back in the USA. That's not a song, it's USSR, but you get the point.
And there was a pedestrian.
Oh, that was a pedestrian crossing. Sorry. I was looking at your cute little town and nearly mowed down a pedestrian. Very, very cool
Very cute town. Like,
experience. Very cute town. Could have went either way. It went awesome. The border guard was very polite and cool. We were very polite and cool. Well, except for Lori, because you know how she gets.
I get rowdy, you know me.
But for the most part, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I'm sure the people behind us waiting in line, they were hating us because obviously they could have gone through it a lot easier and faster than we did, since they have to come in and inspect the RV.
But it really wasn't. I mean,
He just came and walked through. It's not like he went through our fridge and stuff like that.
I think it was probably a less than 10-minute ordeal that they had to wait. So, yeah, like I said, kind of bittersweet to be back in the U.S. Very sweet to be back here. Sad to have left my friends and family back home in London. We had a great time. 2 months in Canada. When we said we were in Canada for 2 months, the guy was like, what? He's like, it took you 2 months to visit? And we're like, no, we've been around, blah, 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 blah. So, off to Dearborn. I'm not going to shoot much here unless we see something really cool, but for the most part, this is going to be freeway.
Just highway until the country.
Yep, so off we go. Oh yeah, and one thing we wanted to mention, it's going to be all over the board. Some people are going to have good crossings, some people are going to have bad crossings. Sometimes it's about your mannerisms, sometimes it's about the border guard having a bad day, sometimes it's about maybe they've got word that something's coming across and they're inspecting more people than usual. Who knows? But don't get too afraid of making a border crossing into Canada or into the US with an RV, because it doesn't have to be that bad. Worst comes to worst, you're gonna get a little bit of an inspection. Don't get too freaked out about a border crossing. My best advice, don't cross the border with stuff you shouldn't have, period. And then you won't have any issues. We were fully aware that Lori's plant might get taken away, and we were okay with that. Well, we weren't okay with it, but I was prepared for that. We knew that it might happen. So we were okay with that consequence. You know, if you come over with 12 liter bottles of alcohol, they may take some of that away with you, and you may want to seek help with an alcohol counselor. But it doesn't have to be a horrible experience. That was easy. Easy. One of the very first things that we noticed and we're happy to see when we got back into the US was $2.25 fuel prices. Now, before we went into Canada, we were like, $2.25, $2.30, why can't gas be $2 a gallon? And then when we got into Canada, we paid as much as $4.60 a gallon. So we'll take $2.25.
Now that's cheap.
And we have arrived here at the Detroit Greenfield Village RV Park. A little bit of a snafu with our reservation. We were supposed to be in Site 3. The security guard here is telling us we're in Site 9. Site 9 has somebody already in it, so we're going to Site 3. We are settled in here at the Detroit Greenfield RV Park, and this is where we're going to call it. I know this video might be a little bit fragmented, just bits and pieces of London and bits and pieces of what we did there, but I really didn't feel like pulling the camera out too much there. I really wanted to spend times with friends and family and you know, show you guys around a little bit, but I wanted to just be without camera a lot. And it's always weird just kind of taking the camera into friends and family's houses or when you're out for dinner and things. So
Yeah, they get shy on
yeah, some people get really freaked out and shy by the camera. So we just kind of left it, and that's what you got. So it's cool that you guys got to spend some time with us in our hometown of London, or my hometown of London anyways, and see some of my friends and family, my mom, dad, and stuff like that. So that was cool to me anyways, at least to be able to bring you guys along. So if this is your first time here, it'd be awesome if you subscribe to our channel and stay up to date on all of our adventures. It'd be equally as cool if you liked the video, and we'll see you again in another one. Bye now.
Yeah, I guess. Can you tell her again cold?
Yeah, Lori's got the sweater out, but check out this spot. Kind of nice. But for now, let's head inside and get some work done.
Yeah, get some dinner.
Oh, dinner. That would be a good thing.
Porcupine.
You've never seen our channel before? It'd be cool now to, but yeah, that sucks.